Hello, I just thought of sharing this with you. Probably someone might like it. Anyways, my name is Gift and you're welcome to Gift and Couture. So in today's story, I will be sharing with you how I made this free top with Denica. It's just a free stuff, alright. Denica has elastic. You can see how it is on me. So let's get started. So let's start with the knicker. For the knicker, you're going to minus 1 inch or 1.2 away just to for the elastic, okay? So I'll go ahead and mark that. So from there, you're going to go ahead and mark the length of the knicker. So for me, I use a total of 21. Okay, that's plus the hemming allowance, all right? And then next thing is to go ahead and measure the hip length and then the crotch length. Now to get your hip length, you're going to mark 8 inches, and then to get your crotch length, you're going to divide your hip by 3. Whatever you have, you're going to mark it downward, just like what you're seeing on the screen, and that will be your crotch length. Okay, that's your crotch length. And then the knicker. So for the actual length, I'll be using 19 inches. So and I'll be using 2 inches to fold the knicker. That is the total of what I have there is 21. Now on the hip length where I marked 8 inches, you'll be dividing your hip by 4. So to get you, because it's a free knicker, you're going to add 6 inches to your measurement. Let's say your hip is 40, you're going to add 6 inches to 40, making 46. So 46 divided by 4, you are going to mark the measurement on the waistline, on the hip line, on the crotch line. Okay, so on that hip line, you're going to connect it to the waist, just like what you're seeing, and on the crotch line, you're going to divide your actual hip measurement, which is 40, into 8. So the measurement that you're going to have like 2.5 there, and then mark it. So when you are done, just go ahead and connect it, just like what you are seeing on the screen. Okay, so when you are done, you're going to take the same measurement you have on the crotch down to the knicker length, and then on the same hemming line, you can fold the hemming line. So when you're done, just go ahead and cut it, just like what you're seeing on the screen. So go ahead and cut yours. All right. So now that you are done, you're going to go ahead and fold the hemming line. Remember, we added 2 inches. You're going to go ahead and fold it just like this, so that it will be easier for you to just sew it when you are ready to sew. All right. When you are done, go ahead and cut out the side. Remember, there is no dart. So next thing is to go ahead and take the pocket measurement. From the waist downward, you're going to mark 1.5. So from that 1.5, you're going to mark 6.5. That will be the length of the pocket. So you go ahead and notch it, just like what you're seeing on the screen. That means the distance between the pockets is 1.5. So when you are done, go ahead and place it just like this. In order to avoid wasting of your fabric, you can just go ahead and add like 4 inches to the front measurement, and then maintain the same thing all the way. So on the crotch line, you're just going to go ahead and extend it like this. On the waistline, you're going to go ahead and do the same thing. So on the crotch length, you're going to add like 3 inches, the same measurement you have there. You're going to take it to the length of the knicker. Like I said, it's a free knicker, so you're going to just maintain the same measurement. On the hip length, you're going to add 2 inches. On the waistline, you're going to add 2 inches. Now on the waistline, for the back, it has to be a bit higher than the front, so you are going to be adding 1.5 inches and just connect it slantly to the waist, just like what you're seeing on the screen. So from the crotch length, you're going to go ahead and connect it just like what you're seeing on the screen to the waistline. So just like this, we are done cutting the bag. You can see just free, and then you're good to go. So go ahead and cut yours. So when you are done, just go ahead and slit the bag just like what you did in the front. Okay, so go ahead and notch the same side of pocket just like what we did, and then you are good to go. So let's cut the pocket. So for the length of the pocket, we'll be using 8 inches. All right, go ahead and fold your fabric into two, just like what you're seeing on the screen, and then mark 8 inches. And the width of the pocket we are going to be using is 8.5. So that's the length anyways. So for the width, you are going to be using 8.5. That means you'll be sewing 1 inch on this side, then 1 inch on the other side, leaving 6.5, which is for the pocket size. All right, so just go ahead and mark it just like what you're seeing on the screen. Mark 1 inch here, measure your 6.5, and then go ahead and mark the other 1 inch just like what you're going to be seeing on the screen. All right, go ahead and do the same thing. So when you are done, you're going to go ahead and cut it out and replicate this same method, because we are using 2 on one side and 2 on the other side. All right, shape it like it, let it have this U shape, and then go ahead and cut it out. So just like this, you are going to go ahead and slit the bottom line, or you can possibly leave it like the way it is. So for the top, you are going to fold your fabric into 2, but you are not using your actual measurement, all right, because it's a free top. Based on how the style is, you are going to minus 3 inches or 3.5 inches away from your top line, from your measurement. All right, that is, there is no shoulder, so go ahead and measure the length of the top. For me, I used 23. Okay, so just like this, go ahead and measure, like I said, 3.5 inches, and then next thing is to go ahead and measure the hemming line. Like I said earlier, it's a free top, so we'll be using our hip measurement. Let's say your hip is 40. You're going to divide your hip 40 into 4, that is 10 inches, and then mark the 10 inches there. Then you're going to add extra 2 inches to the measurement, and then you're going to add extra 1 inch as the seam allowance. So the measurement you have on your top length, okay, let's say your hip length, is what you are going to take upward. That means we are using the same measurement all the way down. So if you want yours to be a little bit free than this, you can add to it, like let's say 1 inch, but I think this too is okay. So when you're done, just go ahead and cut it out just like this. So when you're done, you're going to go ahead and recut the same fabric. So let's take our bust measurement. Let's say my bust is 10.5, and then my half length, okay, there is no need for that. So take your bust measurement. So because of how the shoulder is, you're going to cut it slantly. First thing first, you're going to go ahead and use your across chest measurement plus 2. And then when you are done, let's say your across chest is 13 divided by 2, you are going to have 6.5. 6.5 plus 2, you are going to have 8.5. Just mark it there, and then you are going to go ahead and measure the length of your armhole. All right, just like this, and make sure it's not going to come down to your actual armhole length. So when you are done, you're just going to connect from the upper part down to where your chest line is. You know how to get your chest line now. That is your bust divided by 6 plus 1.5. Whatever you have, you are going to mark it, but that is not what we are using here, based on how the style is. So when you are done, just go ahead and cut it. You can see I've gone ahead to replicate the same thing. First of all, you are going to go ahead and fold 1 inch. It's just a simple top, like I said earlier, 1 inch like this. And because we are folding 1 inch, we have to go ahead and extend the armhole a little. All right, so because we folded 1 inch, you are going to come down by extra 1 inch and then connect the armhole line. So that 1 inch that you just folded is what we are going to be using for the rope. Okay, so this is what I'm going to be using now. The length of the rope is 2 inches, which I'm going to fold into 2 and sew it neatly. You can as well go ahead and do the same thing. Okay, and next thing is to go ahead and sew the armhole. You can use bias to turn the armhole, or you can just cut from the fabric to turn the armhole. After all, that's what I did. This is what I did. I used the fabric, I cut it on bias to fold it. And next thing is to go ahead and fold the neckline. Like I said, the 1 inch that we folded, you're going to go ahead and fold it. This is how it looks when you are done. Okay, so next thing is to go ahead and pass the strap just like this. You can use your safety pin to pass the strap, and then when you are done, it should look like this. Just watch what I'm going to do. So before then, you can go ahead and sew the sides. Remember, we added 1 inch on both sides. You're going to go ahead and sew the side. When you are done, you're going to go ahead and iron it and also sew the hemming line, just like what you're seeing on the screen. So for the strap, you're going to use your safety pin. I've already said it. You're going to use your safety pin to pass it. I really feel comfortable wearing this, so if you haven't subscribed to my channel, kindly do so to subscribe, like, share, drop a lovely comment in the comment section, please. This is just to support my small channel to grow. Thank you so much. So while doing this, just be careful. You're going to bring it out from this side and then continue from the other side. Alright, you're going to go ahead and continue from the other side, and then when you are done, you're going to go ahead and sew it. So when it gets to this point, you're going to go ahead and sew. You might be wondering, what's the length of the rope? Now, what you are going to do to determine the length of the rope is to use your hip measurement plus 1 inch. But you want it to be very firm on you, because after using this 41 inch instead of 40, it was kind of falling. So if you want it to grip you very well, just use the exact 40 inches. All right, so just like this, we are done sewing. So next thing is to go ahead and remove your safety pin and then go ahead and sew that place neatly. You're sewing it neatly. Please make sure you allowed it to rhyme, and then turn it to the other side and then sew it. Okay, so when you are done sewing, it should look like this. You can see how it is. Even if it's a dress, like a dress you want to sew, just follow this method. Okay, so now I've gone ahead to sew it, and I've gone ahead to iron it. Go ahead and do the same thing. Now if you want the gathers to be firm on you, you're going to use your across chest measurement to gather it. You can stitch this side and stitch the other side. For the back, you can use your across back measurement. If you just want it to be, instead of stressing yourself using your hand to do it, so just go ahead and top stitch both sides. Let the gathers hang on. You can see it's no more moving. Okay, so now that you are done with this top, let's go to the knicker. Now for the knicker, you're going to first of all sew ½ inch like that. Do the same thing on the back, and when you are done, it should look like this. So next thing is to go ahead and sew the sides. Remember, we've already notched pockets, so from the waistline to where the pockets notching is, and then skip to the other side, then sew it downward. All right, so when you are done sewing, you are going to go ahead and create that pocket there. The next thing is to go ahead and iron the sides. Okay, so now that you've gotten to this side, let's go ahead and fix the pockets that we cut. So you're going to put one side on this other side, then sew it. Remember, we already notched 1 inch. We are going to leave the side where you notch 1 inch and then continue sewing. So place the pocket like this. All right, and sew it downward to where the notching is, or where the pocket is, and then go ahead and fix it on the other side. Okay, just like what you're seeing on the screen, and then follow the same method and then sew it round. It's very easy. So when you are done, you are going to go ahead and top stitch it. Make sure you top stitch it, and when you are done, just go ahead and sew it. So just like that, we are done. Next thing is to go ahead and measure the length of the waist. I was showing you that you have to top stitch. Make sure you top stitch it. Top stitch the pocket itself, not the knicker. So when you are done, you're going to go ahead and sew the lower side. You're going to sew it ½ inch to this side and ½ inch to the other side. And when you are done, you can go ahead and sew the hemming line together. All right, so next thing is to go ahead and measure the length of your waist, because this will help us determine the length of the band that we are going to be cutting. Okay, just like this, you go ahead and measure it. Measure your own. All right, so what I have here is actually 21.5, almost 22, which is times 2. All right, that's 21. Remember what I used. So I'm going ahead to cut the band the same measurement, and we are going to go ahead and sew it. So when you are done, you are just going to go ahead and fold it into 2. So this is like 4 inches. It's actually too much for the length of the band, but it's better to cut excess. So when you're done, you're going to pass through the elastic. So like 1.2. Remember, the elastic is 1 inch. You're going to sew like 1.2 or 1.3 inch. Okay, and then go ahead and pass the elastic. It's very simple to fix the elastic. So to know the length of the elastic you're going to put, since the waist, let's say your waist is 30 and the band is 43, so I will just assume that I'll be using like 12 to 13 inches of the elastic band. So this is what I did, and when you stretch it, you can see what I have here. When you stretch it, it's going to be more, it will be able to go round. So you can just place it on the waist like this to know before cutting it. So when you are done, you're going to go ahead and cut out the band, top stitch it properly, then go ahead and fix the joining of that band. There's the side where you join, let it be at the back. So when you are done, go ahead and sew it round. And if you've watched this video to this point, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment. So thank you so much for watching. See you in my next video. So when you are done, it should look like this. Then go ahead and top stitch the band. You're going to go ahead and top stitch it round. So that's it for now. So see you in my next video. Go ahead and iron it. Make sure you weave it. So bye.